You know, the funny thing about the internet is that if a certain fad or drama comes up, you know it'll be dead within like a week. And there's only a very few or a handful amount of things that even come up on the internet that tend to stick around way longer than it should. Plus, if people keep talking about it, nobody's gonna forget. I'd figure that's pretty much internet 101, but unlike the 99% of things on the internet that get forgotten in a week, this Illymation drama just keeps going. Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. It's been some time since we last touched on this topic, and for those of you who are lost and don't really know what's going on, a couple of weeks ago a drama happened between two YouTubers that I watch personally by the names of Illymation and Thinkbeforeyousleep respectively. Basically what happened was Illymation made a video in which she talks about the perks of being a fat kid. As someone who struggled with weight problems in her life, I guess she thought it would be a good idea to make a video like this where she gave pretty incorrect arguments and made contentious claims. Honestly, it was a video where anyone could pick it apart and criticize her for not only just what she showed, but what she said. Thinkbeforeyousleep then follows that video with a video of his own. It was around 30 minutes, I believe, pretty much constructively criticizing the video and the contents within with his own input. If you guys didn't know, he's very knowledgeable in this field of diet and nutrition. Now keep in mind, Illymation's channel is huge in comparison to Thinkbeforeyousleep's, with hers sitting out around like 2.53 million or something like that, and Think's channel has around 870k. This is very important to notice because when Illymation makes her response, it's not on YouTube or in the form of some normal response video or anything like that. No, she goes on Tumblr, possibly to hide the fact that she's about to do something that can get her a channel strike, and tries to send her fans to go flag the video and report it for cyberbullying. And this is all for something that she didn't even watch herself. Her friend, which is the person that we'll be talking about today, described and misrepresented the video to her. And after that response, Thinkbeforeyousleep made a response video of his own to that, and that's pretty much where the drama blew up. But like I said before, it's been a couple of days since that even happened, right? People were starting to like kind of forget about it. People were starting to move on. But here we go with this guy named Dylan, who is apparently the friend that I mentioned earlier and the friend that was misrepresenting the video in question, waffling about the entire situation again on Twitter. And I just want to go over some of his tweets because honestly they're kind of funny when you compare that to what he was saying in the DMs between him and Thinkbeforeyousleep, because yeah, this guy actually did DM him, but it's like this guy's such a pussy, he doesn't even keep the same energy. We start off this whole one-sided engagement with an academically spectacular, let's call it, statement. Recently, a right-wing debate lord style YouTube channel made a response piece to this Illymation video, basically just being very misogynistic and fat-phobic during the entirety of which, and as you all know, I have an exercise science degree, so I was asked for my 2 cents. Okay, so already Dylan's going about this in bad faith. Think mentions this in his video covering this whole situation, but Dylan is aware of his audience being more towards the left-leaning side, or at the very least more in support of Illymation. And with this drama blowing up as big as it did, the people that are looking at this tweet and are supposedly in support of Illymation are already told to hate this guy before they even know him. It's like if me and you were having an interview, right? And you were a reformed convicted felon, and I didn't like you for whatever reason, and I just introduced you as the convicted felon. It would be kind of painting you in a bad light. And no, while I wouldn't be saying don't like this guy before you meet him verbatim, that's pretty much what I'm implying. And the stuff about the response video being fat phobic and misogynistic, I mean, like, dude, let's chill with the buzzwords, because all you're doing is trying to misrepresent the video like you did to Illymation so you can get the same type of response from your audience that you had watching the video. He then goes on to admit that he's not even really her friend, saying, now let me lead by saying I don't really know either of these people. I never really heard of right-wing grifter guy at all, and Illy is sort of a friend of a friend where we've interacted very little in the past. Now, if she's not really your friend, why go through all the trouble to even misrepresent the video that was honestly trying to help her out and lead her to believe something that really isn't true? I don't know, man, call me crazy, but this kind of reads as the same energy as a guy that's trying to get the attention of a girl and kind of trying to get in her good graces so that eventually they can just beg for a crumb of pussy, bro. Like, she's not gonna fuck you, man. And it gets even worse when he lies about the video even further, this time on Discord, calling Illymation an ugly POS, or rather saying Think said that, who can't do her own makeup. Now, clearly that never happened in the video, but it sucks that Illymation then told her audience not to go watch the video for themselves, or she didn't even watch it herself, because both her and the audience would know that this is just a straight up lie, dude. Like, look, man, I understand that spreading misinformation online is funny sometimes, depending on what you do it about. But in a lot of scenarios, this just doesn't fly, because now you're just lying to your so-called friend. And honestly, if you ask me, and I'd bet money that people would agree with me on this, that's not something you do to your friend.
This whole thing has me unreasonably angry.
Like, guys, shut the fuck up. like, come on, man, just stop, just drop it, all right? You're like pushing 30 at least, getting angry over what happened to somebody who's not your friend, academically attacking a personal story, discrediting academically trained professionals, doctors and dietitians, being wrong with your own inserted research opinions, needlessly derogatory and aggressive. My guy, this is coming from the same dude that literally started this drama by calling Illymation an ugly piece of shit, and then lying on the other guy that said the exact opposite. And academically attacking a personal story, yeah, one that she published on YouTube. Online, the internet, a public forum, this is the place where, if you publish something out there, you automatically have no right to use the excuse of, oh, it's none of your business, being wrong with your own inserted research opinions. Guys, if you notice that throughout this entire video, he doesn't show any screenshots or any sort of evidence as to how Think is misogynistic or being fat phobic at all. He's just saying the words and letting it go. Now, here's the really funny part. Notice how Dylan is keeping this energy when he's not trying to talk to Think Before You Sleep. It's very hostile. So why is it that when he goes into his DMs trying to ask him to elaborate on the situation, he does so like a little respectful boy? Hey brother, ooh, I just watched through your most recent YouTube video and I thought, why don't I reach out, hoping for a little bit of clarification on some things. May I please ask you a few questions? Like, who the hell is this guy, man? Like, as soon as you want something from this dude, the tone automatically changes. Remember, you're talking to the misogynistic, fat phobic dude that called your not friend a ugly POS. I don't know, man. If I were you, I'd show at least 10% of the same energy I was showing outside of the DMs. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for me today. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, hit that like button. If you want more content similar to this, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one. Sub up, stay safe, and peace.